Brian, you
Yeah.
better avoid the lines at the post office today. After all, it's tax day.
Like every evening news locally will tell us, we need to update our cliches about tax day because everyone files on the internet anyway. Maybe it could be like, boy, the internet sure is slow today. Everybody filing online because it is tax day.
Try not to buy your paper on Tuesday, April 15th. Office depots around the world reporting shortages as it is tax day.
Still have booze here at the liquor store. Can't believe it. It's tax day after all. Well, you go to the sex store and you're like, oh, you still got butt plugs, do you? I mean, it is tax day. Everybody getting screwed by Uncle Sam. They want to stretching up.
That's how you do it, is you're doing your taxes and you're like, well, you had to buy a butt plug. Oh, you happy now, Uncle Sam? Is this how you like it? And you walk into the local greengrocer and you're like, hey, I'm surprised you have any butter. You know, it's tax day.
And they're like, why wouldn't we have butter, sir?
Well, you know, it's tax day. You butter up your thighs, wander around while you know, you have your tax return between your thighs and you have it not fall down and you go, ooh, I'm a little girl. And then you hit enter on TurboTax and wait for it to file online.
It's called Uncle Sam's Salad Walk. All right, that means it has got to be go time. Night Attack, Tuesday nights, the night when you, me, and the rest of the internet become gods for one shining, glorious moment. Hello, chat realm. Live from Austin, Texas, is Brian Brushwood, joined not only by my inimitable co-hosts. I'm going to say two, they're both inimitable. Neither one can be imitated because it's Justin Robert Young and one Brett the Amtrak Rounceville. How the hell have you been, Brett?
Fantastic. Tiggerific.
You couldn't hear. I was there horning. But yeah, no, we're all doing great right now.
I always feel like when you blow the Jamaican air horn, I feel like you're about to call a foul. Like, I'm sorry. No, over the line.
No, it's just something so fly just went down that it needed to be recognized by a governing body, and that governing, there you go.
That's how Congress should run. Maybe like somebody like drops it instead. They don't have mic drops, so instead somebody makes a very cogent point, and I do believe that is why quarter four will end with us in deeper debt than ever before. I yield my time to the floor.
Brian, we got a hell of a show here today. Not only is Brett here, we're kind of kicking it old. So this is the first time you've been on. You were on the draft episode, but this is the first time, proper time.
Yeah,
See,
mostly yelling at my drunken teammate.
Yeah, I don't know how much he remembers of the draft episode.
So funny thing, and who knows how your team will fare, right?
I don't feel terrible about my team. There are a couple of things that I wish my teammate had not been drinking during. But other than that.
Well, here's the thing. So John, who we have to have back on the show at some point for reasons, because he's a cartoon character of a human being.
Oh, absolutely.
But he spent both a lot of the time during the show and then hanging out with me and Ashley afterward, explaining how not drunk he was and how much he was it was like a feint, like for him, like to trick us.
Oh, like for him, it was a strategy. He's like, no, you don't understand. I got them all figured out. They got
like,
drunk.
Dude, you had like 3 beers and 2 Ruinums like in an hour
like
span.
Like a gin and tonic.
Like, I know the math on that. You're wasted.
Isn't that like a kung fu style, like the drunken master?
Yeah, well, it's also a way to get schooled at the movie draft.
Yeah.
Well, on the upside, you know that he was probably telling the truth. He was not drunk because nothing proves that you're not drunk faster than saying, no, seriously, I wasn't drunk at all.
Right.
All right, Brian, let's get into some big news. We got a hell of a show here. We're gonna revisit the past of one of our favorite internet personalities. We're going to see if we can sketch out an epic tournament, the likes of which the internet itself has never seen before. But you, Brian, you're old hop along Brushwood. I'm surprised you're able to do this show. You're playing hurt.
Well, what's funny is when you say hop along, I don't know if you mean like I'm just high as a kite hopping along, or if I'm hobbled and only on one leg. Regardless. Turns out that running ain't so easy when you step into a rabbit hole that's like 6 inches deep, and then you hear like a you feel your ankle roll and you feel a crack, and then you're just laying there in a ditch howling, and there's only one syllable that exists in the entire universe, and it starts with fuck.
On the upside, that sounds way preferable to the hop along I thought he meant, which meant you were like lassoing with a hat on your head.
Yeah, man. I was up.
Can you get you got injured in the way that Yosemite Sam would get injured, right?
Like holding an ankle, jumping up and down on one leg.
Well, but it gets better. It gets better, right?
So Yosemite Sam.
All right. So.
Oh God damn it, motherfucking rabbit!
Well, and so what happened was I was cutting across, and Bonnie. So I'm sitting there, kind of having a lazy day, to put it modestly. And Bonnie's like, "You need to go work out. Go work out." I'm like, "Fine." And so I get out of bed, and so I go to run.
I do not
Bonnie
sound
moderating
like
the
that.
fact that you used to be out of the house a lot, and now you're around the house a lot. So you got to figure out how to
Maybe
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, nothing is worse than seeing him just sit and play games all
That's what it is.
day.
She's
Bonnie
like,
can-
it's a beautiful day outside.
It
Have
was
you considered flying to Portsmouth?
gorgeous.
Bonnie can handle
Yeah.
any kind of time-killing, wasteful, do-nothing anything. She can handle anything except for seeing a video game on.
Okay, I can handle the video games up until day 3 of doing nothing but playing video games. When you said you were going to do taxes
Well,
work out, and then he hadn't worked out for 3 days, and then it was a gorgeous day, and then I just had my limit break. I'm like,
Well, so anyway, so Bonnie insists that I go out. I'm like, all
Hold on, wait a
right.
minute, Brian.
What?
really?
It was a good point. Hey, Justin, can you turn up your mic a bit? I was sending you messages, but I guess they didn't
Yeah,
get through.
no, I turned them up. Was that not loud
good.
enough?
No,
Check,
it's good
check,
now.
check,
It's good
check.
now. Yeah, awesome.
Check. Good.
So, yeah, you're good. You're the best. And so I go running, and I'm cutting across the Trudy's parking lot, and there's like a ditch that you have to go around this like barbed wire fence to get in the other neighborhood where I usually run. And so I guess when you're mowing a ditch, it's not worth it to get out of the riding lawnmower and bend over and make sure to cut the grass down any holes that happen to be in the ditch. So I'm running, and then it just...
Hold on. Are you really cutting a promo on the lawn guy for
No,
a ditch?
I'm not. What I'm saying is the fact
Like you
is...
stepped in a rabbit hole. That's a fairly like you got rained on.
Right. Yeah. No. Exactly. Yes. And so everything looked smooth, but then all of a sudden you feel that there's that two moments. There's the like when you're walking downstairs at night and you think you're down all the stairs and you take another step, and there's that eternal 6 inches. So there's that, and then there's the land, and then there's the roll with the pop sound, and then they're like, and then it's like at that point you're thinking like wrong, something's wrong. And then just the massive wave of pain. And so I fall down, and I waited like a good 2 minutes to call you, Bonnie, because I was just screaming the F word nonstop that entire time. And then I was like, oh, I wonder if this is what it feels like to break a bone. So I call Bonnie, and I'm like, Bonnie, I think I might have broken my ankle. Come on out. And then the whole time, and finally it calms down. In the like 3 or 4 minutes before you come there, like it gets to the point where it doesn't hurt if I don't move it, or it doesn't hurt so bad, it's throbbing or whatever. And so I'm holding it, looking at the inside, and then I start to get optimistic. I think, well, maybe I just rolled it. And so I look at the other side, and it's like bowed out, like somebody tried to smuggle a softball inside
It
my
totally
sock.
was. It was that huge, and I was like, oh my god.
And so I'm howling there, and then I see a car that coming from the wrong direction that looks like it might be Bonnie's car, but then it goes into Trudy's. I was like, oh, I thought that was Bonnie. And then a few minutes later, Bonnie calls. She's like,
she's like, you are laying in a ditch,
Yes.
grabbing your ankle,
Yes.
Like, and at this point, are you still muttering "fuck"? Are you screaming "fuck"?
well, at this point, I've stopped. Like after the first 3 minutes, once a couple minutes pass, like if I don't touch it, if I don't do anything, it'll be fine. But
you've never broken a bone before.
Never. I mean, I've had stitches a few times, but that's it. And so. And I'm looking, and just when I see how swollen it is, I'm like, well, shit, we're going straight to the ER. And so, and I'm disappointed because I thought Bonnie was coming, but it was a customer at Trudy's. Phone rings, and it's Bonnie saying like, well, I'm here at Trudy's. Where are you?
Will you walk up here and get in the car?
Yeah. Well, and so I'm like, well,
at this point, like, Like, you roll into the Trudy's parking lot. Do you think that he's just in there like a guzzling Mexican margarita?
I kind of thought he might have been, and that's how he got his ankle messed up.
Well, it's
no. But
that's what I do.
He takes that road, like there's like a new road building right next to the Trudy's,
Yeah.
and so I know you take that road.
Oh, so you thought I was
when I
I
didn't
was
just
there.
see
Yeah.
you because you were laying down in deep grass,
right,
and I
so
couldn't see.
long
By the
story
way,
short.
listen, I just want to I don't want to second guess you, Brian. All right, nobody likes to be second guessed backseat driver, but
Sure.
Kapelki in the chat room, a legend of chat realm, says, and you got to pay attention to this kind of advice. You should have jerked off in the ditch. That would have released endorphins that would have helped with the pain.
See, this
And
is the kind of
at
life
this
hacking.
point,
Yeah.
do you wish you would have jerked off in the ditch to release endorphins?
Well,
Are you going to cover that on Hack of All Trades?
yeah, hacking the system.
Hacking
yeah.
the system.
At least that way, maybe Bonnie wouldn't have driven past me while I lay in a ditch writhing.
No, wait, that's where I wanted to go next. If you had decided to start jerking off, and then Bonnie, you walk up on your husband who's falling in a ditch.
Oh my God.
Holds one hand and jerking off in the other.
A softball in his sock.
Then I'd be
He
like,
looks up to you and says, "It's to dull the pain."
I'd just be like, again, Brian? What the hell?
You're like, well, so anyway, so Bonnie takes me in, and luckily it turned out not to be fractured. Basically, at the end of the day, I went, I got a pair of crutches and an X-ray, and was told, don't step on it for 3 days, and then barely test it and go easy on it. And now the game is, what's the over/under for an insured person's emergency room visit to be told
now we're just waiting to
that he
hear.
sprained his ankle? And
Well,
so
they sent him home with crutches and a bandage wrap. So
Yeah.
and you took one painkiller at the place.
yeah, no, they gave me one.
That was
Motrin.
$800 right there.
But it was a giant painkiller, right? Like a horse-sized painkiller at least.
Well, it was just a Motrin. It was a just
but like a big Motrin, right? You
Yeah.
had to like chop it up and snort it, or just like a little.
that would be amazing, dude. That would be a great prank gag. Is somebody comes in there injured and they start chopping it up and they're doing live and they're like, "Here's what you want to use," like that. All right, here, go for it.
Oh my God.
Just see if they can get somebody. They're like, "I'm a doctor, bro. It's fine."
Oh my! All right, what is the worst possible scenario that could precede somebody looking at you and going, "I'm a doctor, bro"?
In fact, I'm gonna go say full stop that there's no situation where I ever want to hear the phrase, "Come on, man, I'm a doctor, bro."
Oh my God! All right, so then what's the best? Like, all right, so like you fall in, like to sea, and he goes and swims in, fishes you out, or resuscitates you back to life. You cough up half the ocean from your lungs, and he looks at you, and you're like, "I'm a doctor, bro." Like,
Okay.
like that actually like negates him saving your life.
Okay, I got it. Brian's laying in a ditch. He's in extreme pain. A stranger stops by and starts jerking him off.
They're like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" And he's like,
This is endorphin.
"I'm a doctor, bro."
Doctor, bro.
I mean, he's like, actually, just the act of watching another man pleasure himself releases endorphins. Like, I'm going to guess right now you're feeling a lot of fear and confusion.
Maybe a bit
there's
of
lot of fight or
shame.
flight right now.
Yeah,
Perfectly normal. What I want you to notice is that's not pain.
that's right.
You're saying that's a special massage in the in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
chat.
that's right. Every scenario ends with somebody offering
Hold
me an
on.
unwanted hand
In
job.
the cold light of day, Brian,
Yeah.
this is your scenario.
Okay, all right.
We're going to get a little weird things here.
All right, yeah, I'm here. I'm
You
riding.
break your ankle,
Okay.
and you're way out. You're on one of those, like, you go on your, like, crazy super marathon, like, "Hey, anyway, bros, just got done with my 90-mile run. No biggie." Hashtag work, like on
yep.
Twitter.
Killing it. Hashtag killing it.
Yeah, like, and then all of a sudden you actually
Hashtag
break
YOLO.
your ankle.
Okay. Yeah.
There's another runner who's just like been running alongside you, right? Understand that there is like a 30-minute ride for the ambulance to get to you.
Right.
You got like at least a half hour at the quickest. Probably going to be 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
It's like, "I'm a doctor, bro. If I jerk off in front of you, you'll be so weird. You won't be able to move. You'll be weirded out and horrified, if not possibly aroused. Like, and I'm not judging if you're aroused, right? I'm a doctor, bro. Like,
Right.
it's not my place to judge.
Right.
But you will not feel the pain for the 30 to 45 minutes because you'll be the endorphins in your brain will dull the pain to the point where it'll be non-existent.
Okay, now
you have a
here's
painless ankle like until you get medical treatment and they're able to numb you, or you you tell him like, dude, no. And he's like, oh, sorry, bro. I'm just a doctor. And then just keeps running.
Well, I'll tell you, there's two ways this situation could go. Because honestly, if he's like, this honestly works, it's really great, I'm genuinely a doctor, I swear, ignore the clown shoes, you want me to do this for you, then the answer would be like, no. But the weirder scenario is if he's like, I'm going to do this and you're going to feel much better. It's science and it's medicine. And then if he just did it without my permission,
no. Like, all right, so it's that.
Yeah.
You know it is working because you're like, whoa, dude, what the fuck? Stop. Wait, I can't feel anything. You feel your ankle?
I'll tell you what, man.
And he's looking at you like he's just got eyes. Like he's like, don't be intimidated by my eyes.
No,
like, don't look away or it'll stop working.
Don't break the connection. Don't break the connection.
If it stops the pain, then you're gonna hear as the ambulance come around, like as if I'm doing a cheer, like, don't come yet. Don't come yet. Don't come yet. We come rolling up. And then I'm like, thanks, bro. Thank you, doctor.
All right. You're doing that. You're shouting, don't come yet. Don't come yet.
Right.
And then you can hear the ambulance. You can hear like the stones of like the dirt road crack under the wheels of the ambulance. You look up to the paramedic and instead you see Bonnie.
And she's sitting there with her arms crossed. And she's
I
like,
just go,
this was a test.
and I just go, don't worry, bro. I'm a doctor. I think that's Brian. I think that was how Brian got me on the first date. I don't know. Sure,
I said, come on, bro. I'm a doctor. That was my pickup line. Right on.
That's good because I thought he got you on a first date by jacking off and staring into your eyes long enough.
I'm like, are you feeling any pain? Of course not.
Brian, let's talk about the people that make this goddamn show possible.
Who? Do we have a sponsor that I should be? What?
Yeah, no, we do have sponsors, Brian.
What?
We have ourselves at current count 1,312 sponsors.
Man, I thought the whole reason we went independent was so we didn't have to please the boss anymore. But now we have 1,312 bosses.
Fuck yeah, son.
What happened in 2007, Justin?
In 2007, I was 2 years out of college, and I embarrassed myself sexually with a girl who had BO.
Wait a minute. Was it regarding the BO that you embarrassed yourself?
No, it's actually untrue. I just had sex with a girl that had BO, and I remember the sex being...
You were embarrassed for her.
No, it was a good time, but I was like, man, you're lucky like this sex is good because like this BO has become a problem.
Well, and that's a weird thing about like dating early sex because it's like you're not at the point like now like being married, you're like why don't you go take a shower?
Yeah, I mean like now
that's
you have a level of decorum, right?
Yeah.
Back in 2007, I was like, listen, I'm happy. I was a single dude. She was very pretty. And this actually came. I had done a comedy show. This is the first time I'd ever gotten laid after a comedy show.
Oh, you had the rock star sex.
I had rock star. I mean,
Comedy
it was like
god sex.
It was the fucking Walgreens experience. If Mick Jagger gets to go to Lord and Taylor, like I was in the Piggly Wiggly of Rockstar.
Is that what you call it? The Piggly Wiggly?
I got the Piggly Wiggly. Like I had my fucking a basket full of Malamars and Diet Coke. Like that was my Rockstar.
Have some Hydrox cookies because you couldn't afford the Oreos.
Exactly. No, yeah, and it was just like it was one of those things where it's like, man, this is going really well. Everything is really like impeccable. If this is a Yelp review, I would be like, fucking
six.
Great job.
Would bang again.
One note. Little bit of BO. Like I understand it was Hoboken. There's not any central air conditioning in the apartment. Like so things are gonna get a little sweaty. It's a summertime.
Her apartment or your apartment?
My apartment. But at the same time, there's a lot of shit that could be fucking very well taken care of with just a very thin layer of deodorant.
The 2007 was when I pitched Scam School and when I first did Halloween Horror Nights. So that was a year before I met you. Wow, man, that's crazy.
Oh shit! Wait, wait, never mind. All that shit happened way before 2007.
Oh my god. That was my first year on the road. That might be the year I met you, Brian.
No, because we like I pitched Scam School in 2007. We met in 2008 at that time. And I was thinking about this the other day. I was thinking about how Jim Louderback is the reason you and I are friends, and I guess really the reason that you and Justin are friends and former roommates and so on. And I remember being excited that Jim Louderback invited me to dinner. I'm like, oh, the CEO of Revision 3. And then I'm like, and then you just showed up just like assuming the sale, like, hey, bro, what's up? And I was like, hi, what's going on? You're like, just here to have dinner with Jim Louderback. And I'm like, who's this asshole? And I thought I was going to have dinner with Jim Louderback. And then Jim's like, oh, I just thought you guys should know each other, should meet. And then flash forward to 6 hours later or the next night, hanging out on the rooftop of the Pod Hotel with a 6-pack of beer and rain pouring down all around us. It was like the beginning of...
And then flash forward 7 years, and I can't remember the last time I spoke to Louderback.
Yeah.
And yet, here we all are.
So, yeah, me neither, actually. Screw that guy.
He was at the party.
Flash forward
Wasn't he?
30 minutes, and it was don't worry, I'm a doctor, bro.
Hey, well, let's do this real quick. Let's thank individually all 1,312 patrons who are kicking in some cash. We can't thank you guys
Tom Merritt?
No, I'll take the A's through the G's.
Actually, no, we do have a PSA about Patreon.
A prostate exam?
We have a professional
Sodomy.
administration. A professional sodomy alert. All professional sodomists, please report to the dance floor. I repeat, please report to the dance floor.
It's couples dance time. Grab your favorite animal and report to the dance floor.
Hey, if we could dial Brett back just a touch, I think we'll be totally balanced.
Damn it. This is why we should have done this shit before the show. All right, Brett, talk.
Breaker 19er. This is Brett.
Okay, that's the opposite of talking. That thing where
Hey, guys, I'm right here. Can you hear me? What about when I get really excited?
There you go. Hey, I think we have balance. Keep talking.
Good. Can I stop talking now, or do I have to keep making jokes about sodomy? Because that's how it make me really uncomfortable really fast.
You are perfect. You have sodomized the effective middle of the butt cheeks.
You know, listen, we've talked a lot about Patreon, about how much it's changed our life, about how much it's really been like the best thing going today. However, if you are not a patron, we have a little sweetener. In the next 2 weeks, it might not be next week, it might be the week after, we are going to release a mini album,
an EP. We're gonna release an EP. We want to start churning out the special perks for all the patrons. We've started having all of our Skype phone calls. We're gonna write an email as soon as we're done here to all of our $10 donors asking for the subject of their custom Night Attack track that we're gonna record for everyone. And of course, I think you'll be here in Austin a week from this Friday, right? And we're gonna go live.
So we'll do that's when we'll do like the mini track stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're like these are basically like, you know, Brian, I know you're what they call on the streets hood official. You have a ghetto pass, the likes of which many have never seen.
I don't know what that means, but I'm gonna agree 100%.
Trust me, bro, I'm a doctor. You know that the way the rappers do it is they only put out like one album a year, maybe 2 years, but they'll put out 5 or 6 mixtapes that are just kind of them freestyling or debuting tracks that like may or may not be on the final album. Patreon will be the way that we get our most dedicated fans the tracks that may end up on the big albums as they come out, but also just the other stuff that we think is really funny. But it's not. We're not going to sell for $2 on iTunes or $3 on iTunes and Amazon. We'll give it to y'all for free though,
right?
If you are a patron.
Yeah, and this is going to happen, we'll say somewhere between 7 to 10 days from now, 7 to 14 days, it's going to happen. And this EP will include selections, outtakes, and delicious bits and pieces from the fabled Belmont tapes of South Paso.
I think it might just even be called the Belmont tapes. I feel like the Belmont tapes are just a great title for it. Like, so if you liked Presidents Shitting Their Pants, the cold open... there is more where that came from, and that was where the surfboard stuff came from. That was Brett me, Brian, and Veronica just
Yeah, I'd say
forced
we
it
have
off.
like a good 40 minutes of good Belmont tape stuff. We'll pick out like the best 15, 20 minutes and throw it on there.
So people are asking, how much do I need to donate to get those tapes?
Anything.
Homeboy, buck. Throw in a buck. You want to throw in 50 cents? Then you're kind of dumb because you're basically just going to get charged. Like, you get charged a buck. Like, we don't actually get money from it until it racks up to a buck.
I don't care what you give. Just get on that list.
Yeah,
That's
whatever.
all that
I mean,
matters.
like, you can do it for a penny. That's fine. And you'll probably never get charged. But at this, and you will get on the
Jesus,
thing.
don't do
But
it.
at the
Wait,
same
wait,
time,
you're giving away all our secrets.
whatever. I mean, 'cause the point is, it's like, listen, here's a real secret. Somebody will upload it to BitTorrent. And you can
God damn
probably
it!
just
No,
download
it's just screwing it all up. Our whole system's crumbling beneath us. I click refresh and it says 0 patrons.
Yeah. But listen, if it's a bug, if it's something that you guys can muster up $4 a month for, then they consider it a subscription to not only this show, which is always going to be free, but also other little shit like this, which we want to do more and more of it because this is a huge thing. I mean, like now that it has become a large part of our financial life.
It's a large part of our creative lives. That's the
Yes.
other thing, man. We're doing, recording the cold opens in advance. We're doing, pre-show planning, and we actually care. We're rejecting ideas. Those cold opens, you don't realize this, but we do like 4 or 5 takes before we get one that we really like. And oftentimes we'll just wildly switch tacks, or we'll discover something that's even better. It's like it's starting to feel. I start to understand what it's like to be a talented musician, in that you just get into the studio, you find the creative space, and you discover the music out there in the ether, and it sings through you. That's the way it feels like when we make some of these tracks.
I'll tell you what, man. And I think as good as we're getting at it, we're probably both going to get laid after the show tonight. And that's going to be target level rock star.
Yeah, I'll be happy if it's the crappy ass Walmart. Anyway, look, thanks to all of our patrons.
Hey.
You guys are
Oh, burn.
okay, all right. I meant me being God damn it. I'm glad that you're
hope
welcome.
They say,
Can I
I
at
hope
least
they
be
sell
Target?
burn ointment at
Thank
Walmart.
you for coming to Walmart is what I'm saying.
Oh!
All right, what are we moving on to, man?
Have you ever heard, Brian, of a guy named is what's his name?
He's a famous video game reviewer for Tech TV back in the day, right?
Yeah. No, he used to review video games. He's it's not Sessler, right?
No, he is not him. I'm trying to find a way to get the link. I need Flying Pop-Tart Cat to give me the link.
Not Scott Johnson.
No. It's not. It's,
Kate Vitello,
who was at Tech TV? There was Sumi Das,
Yoshi,
There was-
Hitler, Sarge,
Pol Pot.
Glenn, Pol Pot. I'm not
Martin
just reading
Sargent.
names from the chat room.
Kate Sessler, Morgan, Donald Trump, Leo Laporte.
U.S. Airways and their famed vagina plane.
Oh, there it is. Alex Jones. Alex Jones, the
What?
famous video game
Brian,
reviewer.
You don't mean Alex Jones, he of Infowars.com.
I don't know. I'm looking at something on the Wayback Machine from 2001, February 5th, which, by the way, would have been long before September 11th, which the same Alex Jones may believe was an inside job. Hey You Pikachu in 64, reviewed by Alex Jones on February 5th, 2001.
Now, this was something that was found for us by the chat realm. Can we get more proof that this is like the Alex Jones?
I mean, how many Alex Jones can there be in the world? It's not like Jones is a common surname or Alex a common first name.
Well, if there's a conspiracy theory in there, then we know it's him, right?
Well, let's find out.
Wait, hold on, Bonnie. Are you asking us to take an unreasonable leap in logic for the sake of a juicy narrative that we can feed to a very hungry, rabid fan base?
I don't know. Let's give it a try. We'll see.
not?
Who knows?
Okay.
We should explore the
It's a
space here.
It's a hypothesis.
We were asked on Twitter to read this as Alex Jones, Brian.
Yeah, I feel like what should my I guess I'll interview. I guess I'll be me and Brett. Welcome to Tech TV, kid. We're sitting on an empire that'll last forever. We're on the upswing. We've got me and Brett. Ever since we started Tech TV, we've known it's gonna go up and up and up forever and never get bought and dismantled for parts.
Well, now, gentlemen, I do believe that we should be reviewing this Pikachu. Have you heard of the Pokemons?
Well, now hold on. Pokemon seems like it's kind of beneath. We try to cater to gamers out there, and
Are you kidding? Excuse me. The phenomenon of Pokemon continues to entertain and delight children everywhere. But the latest release from Umbrella for the Nintendo 64, Hey You Pikachu, falls well short of the glory of its predecessors.
now okay. Now
Whoa. We deal with the newest, hottest stuff. Can we really talk about something as old and busted as Pikachu?
Oh, you want to stop me right now? Don't want to offend the sponsors, do you? Gotta shut me up. Originally released more than 2 years ago in Japan, the game's lackluster treatment of graphics and gameplay, even by the standards of 1998, pack it squarely in the pathetically average bin.
Now, are there?
Understand that? Pathetically average.
Now, when you
Who's
say-
even going to care about this? I mean, our target audience is grown men.
Sure. What you want to do is make sure you don't piss off Nintendo and all of their tendrils which are wrapped around. Did you know that Ken Nintendo, the founder of Nintendo, when Grace Kelly at the Bilderberg Conference in 1991, players take on the role of a young boy who meets Pikachu while helping Professor Oak test out a new device, the Poke Helper. The Poke Helper, of course, is the game's voice recognition unit, or VRU. Oh, you're not used to people talking about the VRU, are you?
No, now you're just talking about a bunch of other stuff. Look, here's the important thing: is that we have fine progress.
Gameplay! Excuse me. Can we talk about gameplay?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Ranges from amusing to mundane or downright irritating. The game takes place over an infinite number of days when you rise up in the morning and either go to find Pikachu or roust him awake with "Good morning."
I'm a little concerned about this Poke Helper terminology. Like, should we really be
I'm sure you are. Oh, you don't want us to help each other now, do you? You don't want Poke Helpers. No. The controls themselves are simplistic. The way that the Bilderberg Conference tries to control our media, mainly using just the Z buttons for speech and the A button for item interaction and the joystick for controlling your movement. The B and C buttons come into play describing items and controlling the camera, but you'll find that they're used rarely and in special cases.
All right, well, hold on. Let's cut to the graphics here. You know, we're the Nintendo 64 has got incredible
Of Hey You Pikachu are chunky and pixelated. Representations of locations from Pokemon Saturday morning cartoon show, such as Vivindian Forest and the Cobalt Coast. The lack of detail may leave players pulling their hair, or many searching related levels for small objects such as leaf whistles and wild herbs more than a few feet away are almost invisible.
So, I mean, what, do you like it or not? I mean, you're very passionate about it. Like, is there anyone who would like it?
Despite its failings, excuse me, can I finish?
No, yes, you can.
Despite its failings, in the
Well,
hands
Alex, I mean, I'm not sure if this.
Okay, sorry. No, you want to shut me off
Well,
now?
Alex,
Okay,
I'm just
you wanna
saying.
Shut me
No,
right
I'm
now.
just look.
Shut
My
me-
only
okay.
look, Alex. Look, my only point
Charizard
is okay.
will rise again.
Only point
Despite
I'm trying
its
to.
failings in the hand of a child immersed in the world of Pokemon, Hey You Pikachu
Alex,
can provide
Alex,
hours of
Alex.
entertainment. Excuse me.
Alex,
Yes.
I think the crux of the matter is: are you the right fit for Tech TV? Is this really the type of content we want on our station?
I would say, like Pikachu, I choose you. And by you, I mean me. If you're looking for a game for your children, look elsewhere. unless you enjoy repetitive and lethargic games, although its $79.99 price tag might make some buyers roll their eyes. The unique novelty of its vocal interaction may prove worthwhile for local youngsters. And if you got the young Pikachu fanatic in the house that has been dying to talk to this little yellow celebrity, this game is just the ticket. Hey You Pikachu, platform N64, developer Umbrella, publisher Nintendo, ESRB rating, everyone.
Listen, Alex, we're really thrilled that you made it in. We think you're great. Your stuff's great. We love your review. We think that you've got the goods.
GameCities.com/info.
We just don't think you're fit. We think that you who knows? Maybe you'll go out and form your own network and it'll really turn into something for you, man. Good luck. Good luck.
Just keep trying.
Okay. I guess I'll just go off into the sunset. I guess, old Alex Jones isn't cut out for reviewing video games. Nope.
No.
Instead, well, why don't you guys tell me what you think Alex Jones would be best suited for?
I think he'd be a killer rapper or like a Jamaican reggae artist.
Or like, those guys that mow the lawn over ditches? I bet you'd be really good at that.
I'll tell you what. You know what? A friend of a friend says that you should buy some property out southwest of Austin, Texas. It's a delightful area, and maybe you'll have.
Well,
some
then
neighbors.
I guess it'll be just me, Alex Jones, making my way down the road. Yep. Don't worry. I'll be back one day, and my truth will be heard then. I'll call it informationfight.edu. Or maybe I'll call it heythings.stuff. When Alex Jones will be back, I can call it confinement geosynchronous mass. That's what I'll call it. Alex Jones will be back one day. You haven't heard the last of him. Like Squirtle, he will rise again.
So long, Alex. Wow.
Tech TV might be missing out on a creative force to be reckoned with.
Oh, dude, whatever. He's that person's not going to amount to anything, and nobody will listen to him.
No one
is. Man, that was that.
Let's talk about something that isn't a massive conspiracy.
What?
That's our friends there at Mail Route.
Maybe we're just doing a mail route. Mail. How do I spell that? M-A-L-E.
Yeah. No, it's M-A-L-E.
Okay, M-A-L-E. Yeah.
R-O-O-T.
R-O-O-T. All right, here we go. Yeah, you want me to click on images here?
It's STEM.
Here we go. There's this is mail route. Mail routes.
Penises. It's Mail Route.
Yes.
Dot XXX.
Dot XXX.
/penis.
Penis. And this is the part where I trust the safe share search and yes, good. Wow, all right. There's
what do you know?
An embroidery file came up. Who would have thought?
We got
Embroideryfile.xxx. Huh.
Wow, there's
look, there's a very wholesome picture of a very handsome man kicking his heels up with a go naked.
What's funny is we lucked out because right here where the chat realm is covering is definitely hardcore pornography.
Well, that's good.
What's that little fleshy part right here in the corner?
Are you looking for an anatomy lesson? What's going on? All right. So tell me about the mail route. What I've got a mail route. I don't know what to do with it.
I would say nearly half the population has a mail route.
Now what is
Slightly more than half the population, right?
Yeah, but I don't know where to put it. Where should I put my mail route, Justin?
You should put it wherever you goddamn well feel like it.
Where should I not put it?
Not down a rabbit hole while you're running, okay?
Hey, I'm a doctor, bro.
Yeah, all right, look. First of all, our friends over at MailRoute, it's mailroute.net/night attack is where you want to go if you hate spam as much as we do. We hate spam. We were raised spamcist. And I don't care who you are. If you're spam, you don't. My daughter ain't gonna date spam. I ain't gonna let spam under my roof. I don't give.
No, hell, you shouldn't, by the way, because it's a really insidious disease and you need to keep it out of your life. And the only way you can do it is by applying an extra dollop of mail route all over your own servers.
I'll tell you what, I went to the doctor and he said, rub mail route over your whole body 3 times daily and spam can never cast a spell on you. And
Here's
then he
the
said,
greatest
"Trust
thing
me,
about
bro,
mail
I'm a
route.
doctor." What?
Right? Nobody has to know about it.
What does that mean?
You can just do it yourself. And next thing you know, you can have one of those like fancy dinner parties.
Oh, so you're
And,
saying like you sneak off and you edit your MX records.
Well, no, you do that before.
Okay.
A
all right.
good housewife knows how to impress her guests at a fancy dinner function. Just
Do
edit your
tell.
MX records, which of course means you're taking it to the max. Then give MailRoute the access to all of your incoming mail. What it does is filters out the fam
Yes, it does.
and makes sure that the only thing that's delivered to your computer is the messages that you desire. Now, next time that you have a bunch of, that bitch Mindy over from down the block,
Yeah.
and you really want to put on the Ritz for her,
Yeah.
you can just leave your computer out on the dining room table when you go to, get the pot roast out of the oven. And next thing you know, that needle-nosed, beady-eyed bitch will fucking recognize that your inbox ain't crammed with spam like hers is.
Yeah,
You
avoid-
fucking tramp.
Listen, we've been talking with MailRoute, and we want to pitch them a new idea. The idea is we want to demonize the filthy scenario of the spam cram. So avoid the spam cram with
No, we
MailRoute.
promised them specifically we would not do any more spam as evil. So.
I mean, spam's like an unwanted guest, and they all cram into your house.
No, we
Avoid
talk
the
about
spam
how
cram.
amazing mail route is. We don't want negative adjectives. We want positive adjectives for mail route.
MailRoute.
Like things that are like really good at getting rid of other things, like preparation H.
It is. It's like spam. It's better than preparation H for spam cram. And by the way, we do have proof now that is Alex Jones from that review.
Good to know.
Wow, look at that. Yeah,
Nice.
that's the gang's all there. Look at that.
The lighting in that photo is fantastic.
Yeah, Alex Jones and Sarah Lane and Kevin Rose. Which, by the way, but in preparation for our spelling bee,
Oh wait! Oh, you're tipping it already. That's fine.
can we bring up the Kevin Rose letter? Because I don't think we talked about that on a
Oh
show.
my God! You're talking about the flyers that they put around?
We need to get to that. But first, we need to remind you that mailroute.net
Net/night attack.
mailroute.net/night attack, and that should actually be working. No
Yep,
more
it
.html,
totally
just mailroute.net/night attack. You can sign up. No credit card required. And Brian, here's the most important part. Scroll down to the plans there.
Yep, I'm looking at the plans, the pricing.
Normally with like this kind of like filtering, and these are the guys who came from MailBridge, right? That Microsoft bought.
Yeah.
Tom from MailRoute went off to start his own thing, and normally like you can't fuck around with this kind of high-powered shit until you get to like hundreds of employees. They got
like they wouldn't even give you the time of day
for like 1 to 10 people.
Yeah. Well, and the idea and the fact that it's per user, $29 per year for no spam, go for it, man.
Is
And
that
also-
all it costs?
Yeah, no spam. 30
Yeah,
bucks
man,
a
we
year.
ain't been fucking around with this horse shit for fucking ever for nothing, man. This is a good ass product. And by the way, like, you should fucking support this, if even just for the fact that, like, literally, I find it hilarious, and so does MailRoute, that they're our only sponsor. That, like, this show, which is, like, screaming about fucking, like, that bitch Mindy and Charizard and fucking, like, rolling your ankle in fucking rabbit holes and having people jerk off next to you, is a fucking enterprise-level spam filtering service. That's the only people that we're very happy together. No one understands how we got together or why it works, but it does.
Yes, it
I
certainly
just-
does.
I just got to tell you, I do not want spam in my box.
That's true.
Period.
That's you're not down with the spam cram either. If I'm like, hey baby, you want the spam cram? And you're like, no.
You are really fucking so jammed up about this spam cram.
I'm just saying.
Avoid the spam cram.
Avoid it, man. You don't want that.
Lana Janko loves mail route, says Mega Vortex, and goddamn it does she. Go ahead, mailroute.net/night attack.
Yeah.
We thank them.
For the support.
Actually, you want to know what? Let's do the Kevin Rose
all right.
Thing.
Kevin Rose Parasite.
Have you read this?
Yeah. I don't
you read the
remember all the
flyer?
details though. Yeah. I think
Well,
I did.
I need your point of view.
All right.
Okay.
On this.
Oh, I love
Brian,
the smiley face. The smiley face is the
All right,
best
so
place
just
to start.
Brian, set up what is happening here.
Okay, so apparently Kevin Rose 1 week ago, and I can't believe we didn't talk about this. 1 week ago, he says, my house was protested today by anti-tech folks. They had a large banner saying, Kevin Rose Parasite handed these to my neighbors. By the way, 1,484 people like this Instagram post.
And by the way, FLS Carnage points out very, very correctly, their demands were $3 billion from Google so they could start an anarchist commune, either, and this is their words, either in the city or in the woods, whichever.
Wait, so they borrowed...
Parasites aren't picky.
They borrowed some lyrics from Woodsy the Owl, in the city or in the woods. Help keep anarchists looking good.
I mean, basically, like it was insane. But I loved Brian. Just go ahead and read the verbiage of this flyer. Again,
Well,
this was handed out to Kevin Rose. He of now Google Ventures, previously
Co-founder of
Dig
Revision
Nation.
3. Dig Nation. He's part of the reason that I have a job. It starts off very cordial with a giant smiley face. Says, Kevin Rose, Parasite. Greetings. Your neighbor at redacted. A man named Kevin Rose is a parasite. Perhaps not of you, but of us. This is why we are here, to reveal him for what he is. As a partner venture capitalist at Google Ventures, Kevin directs the flow of capital from Google into the tech startup bubble that is destroying San Francisco. The startups he funds bring the swarms of young entrepreneurs that have ravaged the landscapes of San Francisco and Oakland with each
And now, hold on. That what you have just read is fairly standard protest screed, right?
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, like the whole idea, like, these people bringing all this money into our town. Yeah.
I mean, like, and we are Oakland residents for which they are defending us for. Thank God we have those people begging them for $3 billion from Google.
Yeah,
sure.
Because all those
On our
startup
parts.
entrepreneurs that are destroying the landscape by clear cutting all of our telephone poles.
Yeah. But it is in this paragraph that I find maybe the most funny sentences I have read in the last
All right,
week.
look, we've had a lot of fun here, but let's get serious. With each new tech corporation comes a wave of fresh techies who on average earn 4 times more than a normal service worker. We are the ones who serve them coffee, deliver them food, suck their cocks, watch their kids, and mop their floors. Nearly all of them are just...
I'm sorry.
Yes?
Can we
What?
please?
I'm in the middle of giving a screed here, sir. Do you mind?
I didn't. I must have actually had a problem with my ears. Can you just read the last sentence again?
Yes, nearly all of them are like Kevin Rose, and we're tired of this miserable and untenable situation.
No. The one where you were listing things.
Oh, with each new tech corporation comes a wave of fresh techies who on average earn 4 times more than a normal service worker.
Okay. No, there was one where you were like listing what you do for the tech world.
Yeah, maybe
all
between those two.
Look, we do all the things that you do for your technical overlords. We serve them coffee, deliver them food. watch their kids mop their floors.
There was one menu that was just in the middle there.
Yeah, it was just.
If you would just read it the way that you said it the first time.
Coffee, deliver them food, suck their cocks, watch their kids mop their floors. Yeah, no, it's all in there.
I feel like you just bypassed something really quickly in there.
Yeah, you said one really fast. Could you say all of them in the same tone of voice?
My ears are really slow today.
Serve them coffee, deliver them food, watch their kids mop their floors.
All right, so all right, call me Professor Crazy Pants, but
Yes.
it sounds like you said among 5 things that an average person did in San Francisco and Oakland
As a service worker.
as a service worker.
Yeah.
One of them was suck their cocks.
Yeah.
And also it came in the middle of it, which apparently is not a newsflash to you if you were writing this particular
there are
flyer.
certain realities, and if you want to get your hands on the Google Glass, if you want to put them on the glass, you got to put your mouth.
It's like any other competition of some kind, or like a race. So you have some sort of relay that you're running. You put your strongest man at the back in the anchor position. You put your second strongest up first, and then you bury your other 2 in the middle. So obviously, the people we care about least are the people that suck our cock.
Yeah, man. So,
What? I mean, all right. Can we break down how ridiculous this is? Like, the fact that that's in the... I mean, at least all those other things are jobs. Cock sucking is a job, I guess, right? But, at the same time, it's not one in which you're, rallying the support. Imagine that you are... Here, Brian, put that up.
yep, sure.
Maybe, in fact, we're looking at this wrong, and this is one job.
I'm going to... yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It turns out, by the way, maybe what if the
one-man
protest
band.
is really just one guy? It's Gary. And Gary's just like, I'm the one who serves him coffee, delivers him food.
I pictured
his
someone
cock.
at Google tapping his feet next to the water cooler, and he's like, there's no food here, my coffee's cold, and my cock ain't sucked. Where is Gary?
Gary's like, I've had it. I'm going to
Now
take this to
imagine-
the
all right,
street.
but imagine if this is like maybe that they're reading this. You had to read. All right, here, Brian. Maybe we're reading this wrong.
Okay.
We need to read this like an inspirational protest speech.
Okay.
So here, I'm going to start here at the top.
Sure. Okay, from the top, there you go. I wish you had a megaphone on you, man. All right, here we go.
Yeah. Well, no, here I'll read it. No, from the good paragraph.
Oh,
Here we
got
go.
it.
Well, actually, here, maybe we try this. Give me the most inspirational kind of speech that you've ever heard, and I'll try to imitate that and read these words.
Well, I was gonna say I have a dream, but I feel like that'd be offensive to the legacy of Martin Luther King to read this on here.
Yes.
Maybe,
All
Brian.
right, let's say maybe in the vein of not just Martin Luther King, but any big speech where you're working
You know
on
what?
like a big
Here's what I want you to do.
What about the King's
I want
speech?
you. No. I want you to. You just stutter a lot through it. I want you to read this like President Bill Pullman at the end of Independence Day. That's how I want to hear this.
Gotcha.
Which means you got to go into a rhyme randomly at one moment and then just keep going.
Perhaps it's not an accident that with each new tech corporation comes a wave of fresh techies who on average earn 4 times more than a normal service worker. We are the ones who serve them coffee, deliver them food, suck their cocks, watch their kids, and mop their floors. Nearly all of them are like Kevin Rose, and we're tired of this miserable and untenable situation.
Kill him, kill him. So they actually had demands and stuff?
So they wanted $3 billion to start an anarchist corporation, which, by the way, it's like, imagine they got it, right?
Yeah.
And they built their own situation. Like, they built their own city. And we looked at these documents in the way that we, as the United States of America, an empire which has existed for over 200 years,
Sure.
as this was their Declaration of Independence.
Oh
I
my
am
God.
tired of sucking King George's cock.
Well, you know what? This makes me really pay more attention to Strunk and White. Like,
what's funny is you said Strunk and White, and the first thing I thought was like, are they on MSNBC? And then I realized you were talking about like the grammar rules and
yes.
stuff. Okay.
Like, you really do look crazy when you don't follow the basic rules. Like
Of grammar, sure.
Yes. I mean, I think the biggest thing is that those are all jobs, and then he slipped in one that's not
it could be called
is it a job? I mean, maybe that's the thing. It is a job, but I hadn't.
I mean,
you
also, where in this do we fall into she doth protest too much territory?
Oh, is this a she? I didn't even think about that.
I mean, she or he, whatever.
Whatever. It doesn't
That's
matter.
odd. I assumed he.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I did too. Hey, look, let's
What about a protest in San Francisco would make you think?
let's jump into our proposed game. We had an idea.
Well, here, do you want to do Diamond Time, and then we get into the game?
Okay, yep. Let's rock that.
Do you have any classy music that we want to pop on during Diamond Time?
I can find some lickety split.
Well, as we do it, we are still, of course, over $2,000 on the Patreon, which means we continue to doff our top hats and monocles while we do Diamond Time. Not to say that if we fell below $2,000, we'd stop doing it, but try us, motherfuckers. So now, Brian, I don't know if this one is real.
No, wait, Israel?
Yeah, I don't know if this one
real.
is Israel.
All right.
This one it says it's called artificial horse penis.
Hold on. Let me get some classy music on. There we go. All right, artificial horse penis. Where am I going?
And says, I am trying to grow an artificial horse penis in my backyard using nothing more than the partially decomposed flesh of a pond beaver, electricity, and 2 feet of dental floss.
Okay.
And then the URL is frogpants.com.
I think that is real. I think that was Oppenheimer's next project. I think that was the Queen's project.
Exactly.
How amazing would it be
if
I...
artificial horse penis, and then he's like, we're all really bastards now.
So tell me about this frog pants. I've never heard of it.
No, I don't know. I think that was somebody just fucking jerking off with the thing. All right, here we go. This is for real. The Dodeki Podcast. It's a podcast. It's in Polish. I just wonder how the name would sound in English. Any Diamond Club from Poland, just go to bit.ly/DODECHY, the Dodeki Podcast.
Wait. Say that again. D-Do what?
The Dodeki Podcast. DODECHY.
It might be Dodechi.
Dodechi?
Dodechi.
Dodechi on the left-hand side. I want to let everybody know that I love, listen, I ain't forgot Poland. It's a awesome place. I was in Krakow and Warsaw. I had a fucking wild-ass time in Krakow. It was a fucking, maybe one of my favorite drinking nights of all time. I actually got kicked out of a Krakow casino because I had an iPod and they didn't know what it was. And they thought it was a radio transmitter. It was in Krakow that I made the best drunk dial of my life. I fucking was shit wasted, and I had to get up because I was on a tour of Poland, Bulgaria, and Israel that was set up by the Anti-Defamation League for campus newspaper editors. So I was on this trip, and I called my buddy in Florida, and I said the following sentence, which I hope to never top as a drinker. I'm shit wasted. I got 2 hours to sleep, and in 4 hours, I'll be in Auschwitz.
Nice. And that was a crazy December 2013.
And that happened. It was a hilarious time.
All right, keep going. My monocle knocked out my contact lens, so we're scrambling around looking for it.
I was wondering. I just dropped the fucking, a great Auschwitz fucking punchline to a drinking story. I'm waiting for the Brian fucking, the telltale Brian, hey... you can make jokes like that because I'll laugh. And instead, Brian searching for his contact. That's fine. I felt naked and alone. Cheap Signals is our next. Wow. It's my rinky-dink blog where I talk about skepticism, feminism, atheism, politics, etc. and occasionally do a comic. And by the way, I kind of have a PhD in the cognitive science of religion. That is cheapsignals.blogspot.com. Check that shit out. I'm interested in every one of those things, and you are probably going to be too.
Knowles. Blogspot. You know what would be great is if I had this doc so I could click on these right away. That's great. There we go. Cheapsignals.blogspot.com.
Absolutely. And then finally, the virtual
Grandma?
tailgate. The virtual tailgate is a podcast about ACC football by a few friends with no sports broadcasting experience. http://virtualtailgate.blogspot.com.
Yeah.
If you would like to have your podcast, blog, or fucking whatever shouted out on this show, then go ahead to nightattack.tv/diamond time and enter it in. We will literally read all of these as long as they keep coming in. So rock and roll. And by the way, I don't think we're out of like the first day yet that I put it up. So we will be doing these forever, and I'm so happy to be able to do it and shout out everything that people got going on, man. It's so rad.
Yeah, right on. Thanks to everybody who supports us. We want to support you guys. All right.
Did you find your contact?
I did. It was apparently this far away from where I was standing. Like, I did not stand on it. And by the way, these are those hard contact lenses that will just break like glass if you step on them. And I barely dodged it, and Bonnie found it, so she saved the day. Yay. So then I licked it, and I stuck it in my eye. What do you got? Ooh. Come at me, bro.
That's pretty rad, man. That's pretty fucking hardcore.
I got metal eyes. Hey, man, so we got an idea. We were farting around. What was the site that you were talking about, the, like, angel investor site?
Oh, Angel List, right?
Angel.co.
Angel.co. So this is, explain to the nice folks what this is.
Angel Co. All right. Actually, here, Brett, you go ahead and explain the process that you went through in looking through Angel List and what your reaction was.
Okay, so AngelList is a site where people put up their startup companies trying to raise money, and they also post looking for people to work for those startup companies. But more importantly, it's also an epic dictionary of made-up bullshit words.
So you're saying like the names that everyone comes up with are all nonsense Web 2.0, like
right?
removing
So
all the vowels and stuff.
It's redolent of that show that we created called Buzzwording, if you remember.
Yeah,
it was
sure.
short-lived, but a podcast that the three of us did with a lot of love for a number of minutes. But this is this incredible list of all of these startups with all of these bullshit made-up words for names. For example, I can't read those from here, Brian, but you want to read off a couple?
Yeah, you got. Let's see. We got one here called Asana, AppMesh, Highlight, Udemy, UDEMY,
Yeah.
Lyft.
Okay, we don't want to read too many of them because the next part of this process is that we are actually playing a startup spelling bee.
Yeah,
Justin.
And this is the thing is we want to make it like we want to test it out right now and see how it plays. But we were thinking, how fun would it be if we had a spelling bee where it had to be a tech startup, and we would take people from within the tech industry, and maybe every week,
like people whose business it is to know what these things are spelled. And by the way, 90% of them are at least trying to be actual words.
Yeah.
Yes.
And some really are because they've been able to get the URL.
Right. And it's only fair to bring tech professionals in because all of the spelling bees that you know and love have people there practicing hard to make these happen. Like, you can't throw people into the fire without them knowing that Udemy is spelled UDEMY, of course.
Right. So what we're thinking would be fun is if we had like a special segment where you just brought someone on long enough for them to they gather up as many points as they can, however many in a row they could get before they miss one, and then that's how many points. And we take the champions, and maybe a couple months from now we can have like the tech startup spelling bee grand champions, you know, with Molly Wood versus Jeff Kanata or something.
Well, yeah, whoever does it. So
Yeah.
we were thinking. So we're trying to maybe brainstorm like also who you want to see on here, and we're talking about like tech pros, like maybe Kevin Rose.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if we'd have to watch his kid or suck his cock, but like, you know, like maybe we could figure out a way to get him on here. Molly Wood, of course, machine learning on the New York Times. My buddy Steve Kovac over at Business Insider. I think these would be the tech professionals that would be able to figure out these spelling bee words here.
Sure, but before we do that, we have to know whether or not the game's fun or whether it works before we go booking any guests for it. So let's jump in. Do you want to play Quizmaster on this, and maybe me, Brett, and Bonnie will play the contestants?
You know, I have it. So Brian, how about you and Bonnie go head to head? Me and Brett will be the quiz master. So
Okay.
we'll go you two against each other.
And of course you could of course maybe in a real spelling bee you can ask for the definition.
Oh, of
Definition,
course,
Oh,
of
no,
course.
definitely.
Yeah,
So
well, you know what?
if you need the
we'll do
definition,
our
we'll give you
version.
what the company
Or
does.
you can use it in a sentence.
In traditional spelling bees, one person has. Don't look at me that way, Bonnie. One person goes and they you have to say the word, spell it, and then say the word again. You can ask for a definition. You could ask them to use it in a sentence.
I'm totally having heart
Palpitations.
Like, this is like my worst subject to begin with. Like, I
Well,
can't.
but you don't understand. The whole gag is like almost none of these are spelled correctly.
So maybe I'll spell it
Oh,
right.
man.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Brian,
I love this site.
we've tapped a rich vein.
Okay, good. All right. So it's time for let me throw something. Here we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the first edition of the Night Attack Startup Spelling Bee. Ladies and gentlemen, your quizmasters hailing from Oakland, California. It's Justin Robert Young and Brett the Amtrak over Groundsville. How are you, gentlemen?
Make a coffee.
All right. So how do we begin, sir?
I feel like we should have like a thing. It's like making coffee, sucking cocks.
I'm on it now.
Here we go. So Brian,
Yeah.
you have won the coin toss. Do you elect to receive the first word or defer?
I will receive the first word.
Okay. The startup is highlight.
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 Could you explain the business model of Highlight?
Who's nearby?
Who's nearby? Okay. Could you use it in a sentence?
I just downloaded Highlight.
Would you like to know how many employees?
Yes. How many employees are there?
1 to 10.
Okay. Highlight. HYLYT. Highlight. God damn it. All right, Bonnie, it's your turn.
Highlight.
No.
No, I get a chance to
I
steal
guess
it.
you do. You have to get the same one.
Yeah,
Go for it.
so
All
there's
right.
no penalty for the steal,
All right, go
right?
for it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Highlight. HYLITE.
Bonnie?
Oh!
All right.
we get to see what the actual
I'll
spelling
go.
is?
Pull the swerve on you. That is highlight. HIGHLIGHT.
Never
That
would
was
have
really
expected
great.
that.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
All right. So 0-0.
All right, Bonnie,
Yes.
your startup is viral.
Viral?
Viral.
Viral. Viral.
Like virus. Viral.
Viral. Can you use it in a sentence?
I just downloaded Virus.
Oh my god. Yes. Okay.
Would you like to know the
Viral.
business model?
Yes, please.
Video as an ad unit. YCS12.
And the number of employees.
11 to 50.
Viral. No, it's always a Y. Oh, do I get to start over?
No. You keep
Yeah.
going. You said VI. Keep going.
I want to say VY. They always put a Y.
Well,
in.
you can't go back in a spelling bee.
Oh, okay. VIROL.
Bonnie,
Yes.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Viral. VIROOL. Viral. I knew this one. I've actually seen it around online. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. I guess it's my go now.
Brian, your startup is famous.
Famous?
Famous.
Famous?
Famous.
Famous?
Famous.
Okay. Could you? How many employees?
11 to 50.
And what is their business model?
Open source JavaScript framework.
Okay, whoever's sending me messages on freaking... Yeah, I'll shut that down. You guys are going to have to make me... All right. Could you use it in a sentence?
I just downloaded Famous.
Would you like to know how many applicants applied last week?
How many applicants applied last week?
12.
Famous. F-A-M-I-S. Famous.
Brian?
Damn it! Body.
Famous?
Famous.
Famous?
Famous.
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 It sounds like the word, like when you're really popular and everyone knows who you are.
Can you repeat the word?
Famous.
Famous. I still think it's T-H-A-M-O-U-S.
Yeah.
You lose!
It sounds like a...
If you watch his mouth, he's definitely doing the...
I didn't think
his
about
teeth
that.
on his lips there.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Famous. FAMO.US.
God damn it. All right. Next one. Go.
All right.
I guess it's Bonnie
I actually
first.
went to Famous's page.
It's Bonnie
Jesus
first.
Christ.
It turns out Famous is actually just a redirect to ashleymadison.co.
Dude, I literally hit back on angel.co and it went to Ashley Madison, like a full splash page. Of
That's
ads.
amazing. Do you know what Ashley Madison is, Bonnie? It's a dating site for people who want to have an affair.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, you're like, you know what Ashley Madison is, Bonnie? No.
Neither do I.
Yeah, how do you tell me about that?
I first heard about it on Smodcast. They
Wait.
explained it.
How do you spell that one? No.
Yeah.
All right.
yeah.
I'm looking for a
who's
doctor.
up
It's
next?
Bonnie's turn.
I'm
Bonnie?
looking for a doctor.
Your startup is flyer.
Oh, I gotta see his
Flyer?
face here. Let me.
Flyer.
Can you repeat the word?
Flyer.
Repeat the word.
Flyer. Would you like to hear the business model?
Yes.
She's like, no.
Today's airfares, tomorrow's bargain, guaranteed for 7 days, no commitment.
Ah, okay. I'm ready. I say F L.
No, it's
oh.
a spelling bee, Bonnie. You say the word and you spell
Oh,
it.
flyer. FL1ER.
That was a good guess.
That was pretty amazing, actually. Flyer. FLY.ER.
You lose!
What is it?
FLYR. Flyer.
Clear. Oh, damn it. All right.
This is a great game.
This is a terrible game. It's worse than soccer. It's currently 1-0.
I really
All
thought
right,
I would have gotten
and,
one of these.
Here we go. Brian,
Yes.
the last clue of the night.
Okay.
Udemy.
Udemy. What is their business model?
The world's largest destination for online courses.
How many employees are there?
11 to 50.
Udemy. 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 Best at spelling made-up words.
You know what's funny is like I'm sitting there watching Brian, and then like he wins. I'm like, wow, he's a winner. It's like I liked you just a little bit more.
Well, hell, Brian, listen. I feel like we're ready to start putting out the flyers for our big. I feel like it's got to be a tournament. Like we got to bring on 2 people per episode, have 4 episodes of qualifying, and then we go all through the summer until we have one big championship.
How many companies are in there? Are there thousands of companies?
I mean, there's enough, man.
Okay.
Like, there's,
All right,
like considering
There's
how
a
many-
lot of cocks that need to be sucked in this town.
The funny thing is that like I didn't even want to get into because like part of like the funny part of the bit is proving that all these assholes fucking spelled their shit incorrect.
Yeah.
But it's like the ones that are spelled correctly are like just as amazing.
Yeah.
Like they work just as well as game
You're like,
props.
shut up! Really? They got the word famous? What? Or yeah. But
Oh yeah, no, that one's a real fucking knuckleball.
That's a
Because,
nasty-
you
that's
have
a
to think like,
nasty
oh shit,
curveball.
all right, JavaScript framework. Maybe if it's any kind of us, you gotta fucking figure it's a .us.
Yep.
You know.
You're right. I guess you get to learn them.
Yeah. Holy cow.
So are
My
only
God, dude,
cocks?
there's so many.
Are there only
This is just
men
such a
in
good-
San Francisco, or are there women with startups too? That
yeah,
women
there's
with
lots
startups?
of women empowered startups. That's not fair.
You can be a woman startup.
Women with startups.
No.
Next, they'll want the vote.
You can be a woman and start a company here in the Bay Area,
I'm
Bonnie,
just saying
as long as you
everybody's
bring a
talking about
cock to be sucked.
cocksucking, and there's other options. So
Wait, I'm sorry. You stepped on. What was that, Brett?
I said you can be a startup entrepreneur as a woman here in the Bay Area. You just have to also bring a cock to be sucked.
Oh, okay, got
Oh,
it.
I
It doesn't have to
see.
be yours as long as there's one.
Right.
Like Peter Thiel's like, well, before we signed this $1 billion round of funding, please present somebody's cock that we will have a random service worker suck. It's only tradition.
This was kind of the perfect episode to be on because I just finished watching Deadwood, so I'm really inoculated to all this.
Right on. Actually, wasn't that a Mr. Show sketch where they hire the kid straight out of Harvard, and they ask him for a blowjob?
Oh yes, no,
They
that's
were like, a blowjob? I graduated from Harvard, and they look at each other. They're like, we expect it to be a very good blowjob.
Oh my god.
Holy crap, man! Is it already time to check in on the movie draft minute? Do we even have
I
one?
think so, Brian. Let's go ahead and take a look at Vincent 404's Merry Melodies as we check in on the movie draft.
Yeah, and then I'm looking at it, and this is not the link I thought it was. There it is, movie draft minute, right here in the chat. We're gonna watch it right this second. Go.
Welcome to your Movie Draft Minute presented by CosmicRadio.tv for the week of April 14th, 2014. I'm your host, Roberto Villegas. It's only week 2 and things are already starting to shape up. Let's go check out the scoreboard and see who's in first. Team Amtrekker, Slash Film, and Night Attack are all in 4th place, still waiting for their first film. Team The Morning Stream is in 3rd place with Draft Day bringing in $9.7 million this week. Team God's Moneybags comes in the competition in 2nd place with Rio 2 bringing in $39.3 million. And still in 1st place with $158.8 million. It's Team DTNS. And that is your Movie Draft Minute for the week of April 14th, 2014.
Man, I'll tell you what. It makes me realize how much of this is really a game of just not buying a bomb. Like all of a sudden, like I'm looking at what do they pay for draft day? If they paid anything and it got $10 million immediately, they flushed that money down the toilet.
Yeah, it was cheap though. That was a cheapie.
Yeah, I think it was around 11, something like that.
Yeah, see, that's not cheap enough.
Oh wait, oh yeah. Well, if they paid over 11, yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of they're fucked.
Yeah, they paid $10 for draft day, and I'll tell you who really also bought a bomb, and I'll say it to their face, I don't care. Is Rio 2 for $25, and it only pulled in $41 million on opening weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna be lucky to fucking suck Kevin Rose's cock to fucking 150 million, let alone
no, even 100. I'll be surprised if it even hits 100 because it's going to get overwhelmed by. Let's see, what do we got? Do we have another kid thing coming up?
How to Train Your Dragon is the big kid one.
Yeah,
for the
but
summer.
that's a ways.
That's a ways off.
It's got some clear path, but it didn't have like for the kids movies to do mega Despicable Me 2 kind of money, like it's got to do fucking like gigantic early box office.
Yeah,
like it's
all word of mouth with the families.
Yeah, no, but that's in the hold.
Yeah.
Like, like it can have good word of mouth and get to 150 million and feel good about itself, Like it's got to have the big initial pop to really make a ton of money for you.
Yeah. All right. So what do we got coming up? We got Transcendence. We got the Other Woman and Amazing Spider-Man 2. What do you think the odds are for Amazing Spider-Man 2? I did not realize they were going to cram not only Electro but also Carnage and Venom in this thing too.
I mean, without guessing, does that
wait,
make you
Carnage
guys
and Venom
more
in
or
it?
less?
What's that?
Carnage and Venom aren't in it. Are they?
That's what Slash Film
Venom
just
is.
reported. They had teasers showing it. They yeah.
Well,
They
I
said
know they're trying to
it'll
do a Venom movie.
It'll be I know they said Venom will be on there, and it'll also be Carnage's big screen review debut.
So
Rhino,
without guessing how much money it's going to make, does knowing that there are that many villains in the movie make you two less or more excited about seeing
wait,
it?
hold on. FLS.
I'm such a Spider-Man mark. Like, I don't give a fuck. And I like the first movie. I actually really dug the first movie.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you don't vary at all? You start at your baseline and you don't move from that baseline?
I mean, when the first movie was good, like yeah, I like it. I liked it. No, I'll give the sequel a shot. I liked it a whole hell of a lot more than I did Man of Steel.
I'll give it a shot, but
excited to go see the
I'll
new
give it a
Man of
shot,
Steel
but I'm
movie.
less excited knowing that there's that many villains than I was.
Well, it's and by the way, correction. I don't know what promo stuff they were showing on Slash Film. I don't know if that's secondary stuff, but it's Rhino, Electro, and Green Goblin. People are saying there's no Venom and Carnage in there, but there was definitely some article, and I saw some kind of art from that team. So I don't know if it's
I would not be shocked if that's like a Marvel style post, because the whole movie apparently features Oscorp prominently as like basically the source of villainy in the Spider-Man universe. So I wouldn't be shocked if it's like part of their element is a symbiote that winds up infecting,
yeah, here
something,
it is right here.
and then
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Carnage and Venom teased a new viral post. That's what I saw.
I will say this: Maximum Carnage was one of my favorite runs of all time as a kid. I love Maximum Carnage. I love the idea of Carnage as a character because I love the symbiote in general because it's the only superpower that's also your best friend.
like heroin.
Listen, he might be an overbearing best friend, but he's always there for you and he always wants to hang out.
Yeah, we already talked about how I didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man. I don't even know that I'll go see Amazing Spider-Man 2. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I feel like we are actually you actually are probably more negative on Amazing Spider-Man than I was on Man of Steel, but I kind of feel like in terms of our future projections, we're at the cross points of you think the new Man of Steel movie will probably be better than the Spider-Man movie based on what we thought about the first ones.
Yeah, I would agree because I actually really liked the Man of Steel, and the more I think about it, the more I really dug it, and mainly just because it was so fresh. I grew up my entire life. I spent 39 freaking years with the same origin story, on the WB, on with Christopher Reeve and all this stuff, and to see a new take, I just love it.
No, I dug the new take. I'll tell you what, I've caught it a few parts of it on HBO.
Yeah.
Whew.
Which one? Man of Steel?
Man of Steel.
Wow, that's amazing.
Whew. I liked it in theaters, man.
No, I watched it.
That's a big potato sack to carry, man. It ain't a whole lot of smiles.
Interesting. All right, well, there's that. Awesome, man. Well, I guess is that it for this episode? Are we all wrapped up?
I do believe so, yes.
Yeah, I do believe so, yes. That means I gotta find the freaking song again. Oh wait, no, I do. I have it. There you go. Hey, man, you got anything to promote, Brett, before we take things out?
Yeah, Brett, do you have any gigantic project that you'd like to debut right now in the final seconds of the show?
I don't have a single gigantic project that I'm working on, and certainly not one that may even be done tonight.
Yeah, no, but
Especially
nothing.
one that, like, somebody that you hired to do some extra coding work was just tweeting all over his public Twitter and Facebook.
No, for reals. I do not have a project to talk about tonight.
Doesn't. I certainly wouldn't go rooting around.
Oh, man, we forgot to talk about how you were hanging out with my new favorite author. We'll have to get that another time.
Oh yeah, dude. I totally gave the finger to you.
So, and got photobombed by Veronica.
My LVB. See you next Tuesday.
Diana Fire.
Bye.
Night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack, night attack.